Hi, welcome to Loki Has Cards. I am Loki and I has cards. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mega Battle Deck featuring Mega Diancie EX. And this is just going to be an unboxing video. I believe previously I had said that I was going to run through how this deck works, and I realized that that would be a lot to do in one video of unboxing this and then also discussing what it does. So we're going to do a unboxing today, and then after the video concludes, I will take a look at the cards, probably play them against my kids a little bit, and then come back and make another video telling you how I think this deck should be run. So let's take a look at what this features from the box. First, we can see Meloetta, a full art card. It looks very nice. I believe it is a promotional card. And then we see Diance EX Mega Evolution. One thing I like about this Pokemon is the cute little heart crystal up at the top. I just think it's a nice touch. I think the artist did good with that. Now, let's see here. We're going to have a 60 card deck. A set of damage counters, a large metallic coin, a deck box, a double-sided playmat, and a code card to play this online. Looking at the Pokemon in here, you've got, you're going to have two Mega Diancie EX, two Meloetta, two Grumpig, two Spoink, two Alcremie, three Milcery, two Mimikyu, one Saracelia, I could be saying that wrong, I probably am, and one Zacian. I'm really good with Zamazenta, but I've always messed up that one's name. For the trainer cards, we're going to have four Lily Determination, two Arvin, two Boss's Orders, Gist, one Iono, one Professor's Research featuring Professor Juniper, one Wally's Compassion, four Wondrous Patch, three Nest Balls, two Buddy Buddy Poffins, two Night Stretchers, two Switches, two Ultra Balls, two Air Balloons, two Mystery Gardens, and then 14 basic psychic energies. And then down here, we can see everything that they mentioned on the front. So the coin, the playmat, the box, and the promo card. Okay, well, let's open this up and take a look inside. I always use a knife when I'm opening my stuff, just a habit. So if you use a knife to open your stuff, please be careful. I wouldn't want you getting hurt. Okay. So here is the playmat that was mentioned. Oh, and it's got Gengar on it. I love Gengar. So let's see here. New to the TCG, Mega Battle decks feature advanced cards and gameplay strategies. If you're new to the Pokemon TCG or need a quick refresher, check out our video. Okay, so a little explanation of how that could work. And then suggesting that maybe to go attend a tournament. If you're able to, if you can work it out in your schedule, and you like the game, I would highly recommend attending at least one tournament. You may not win. I know I certainly didn't, but it's still a lot of fun and you learn a lot. I will say this, they make some nice little playmats. What I like is it lays everything out really clear. It gives you clear instructions of what you need to do for each turn. How you lay your prize cards out, how your bench is going to look, your active spot, your deck, and then your discard pile. I've noticed when I play against people who maybe aren't as experienced, it can be a little overwhelming figuring out where to put all your cards, and that's just a nice thing to help out with. Here we have our damage counters. I don't use these. I use the dice that come in the trainer boxes, but if you can't get your hands on a trainer box, because that is quite hard nowadays, these are perfectly fine. If anything, they might be a little easier. I like my dice. So let's set that off to the side. And I'm gonna open this. By the time this video is uploaded, I will have already scanned that QR code. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up on that. So I'm gonna set that off to the side and I will scan that after this video is over. Now let's take a look at Meloetta. That is a pretty card. The way it looks when you're tilting the card, it looks like she's standing in a garden with sunbeams coming down. And that's just really nice. Okay, so what are her moves? We have Soothing Melody, heal 120 damage from one of your Pokemon. That's really good. One of your bench Psychic Pokemon. Okay, I mean, that's still good. And then you've got Magical Shot for 50 damage. So not bad. I mean, for a basic Pokemon, that's really good. Okay, we'll set her off to the side. Or you know what? We'll give her a little stand. There we go. Let's take a look at this coin. All right. That is nice. So one thing to note if you're new to Pokemon is they'll say metallic when they're referring to something that is not in fact metal. So if you're opening a box or something that says that it features a metallic coin, please do not think, oh, that's a nice little rainbow effect there. Sorry, I got distracted. Don't think that you're going to open up a box and get a metal coin. If it is metal, they will just say metal or full metal, something along those lines. Anytime that it's like this, where it's just that shiny, reflective surface, they'll say metallic. And I've noticed that they've switched from, it used to be they did much smaller coins. I don't have any near me, but I'll try to remember to have it in the next video. The ones that I use are maybe half the size of this, and those were what used to come in the boxes. And now what come in the boxes are these fairly large coins. The one that I'm used to is maybe about the size of a quarter, and I can only guess it's to make it easier to flip. Sorry if that was loud, if you're wearing headphones. So I'm not really sure. We'll set that off to the side. Now let's take a look at our Mega Diance EX. So looks like that's a basic. So I don't know. You'll have to forgive me. I've not played in a while, so Imagine that's the new thing. We've come full circle. When I first started playing again back in 2016, EX was getting phased out in favor of GX. And then I played until they were getting ready to move from GX to V and VMAX. And now we are back to EX with evolutions or mega evolutions. So that's pretty interesting. I do like the way the art is on this card. How you have the pink, but then there's that kind of undercut where you can see the rainbow effect. That is a nice looking card. So what do you do, Mega Diancie EX? We have the ability Diamond Coat. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weaknesses and resistances. So that's fine. And then Garland Ray for 120 damage multiplied. So discard up to 2 energy cards from this Pokemon, and the attack does 120 damage for each energy discarded this way. So you're looking at being able to do up to, well, it needs 2 to function. So in theory, you could offload 1, do 120 damage, and then put energy on her and be ready to go again next turn. But just because she is only needing 2 to perform it doesn't mean that you can't have more energy on her. So that's something that I'll be curious about when I open up the deck, is if there's a way to load our Mega Diancie EX up with energy. Let me get a couple of card holders for these, so that way we can have them nice and set up. I decided I would film from a slightly further back angle, so I'm not sure how that's working with being able to read the cards. If that proves to be an issue upon evaluation, then I will move the camera back closer so that we can see the text of the cards more easily. This is a nice little box. So you have your frontrunner Pokemon featured right here. You can get the full view of her, and then this little circle cutout, or looks like a cutout, featuring her face. On the other side, you see the energy that this deck uses. See how this opens up. Since it's a new box, it can be a little stubborn sometimes. There we go. Open that up and pull these cards out. And let's move this out of the way. So first thing I'll do is I'll set all of our energies into one pile. I normally will run decks featuring colorless Pokemon. However, I do find psychic Pokemon to be a lot of fun to run. They usually have a variety of effects they can put on a Pokemon. So confusion or sleep. There are some that I've even had that they do burn. So they can be a pretty powerful bunch. So here we have our energy cards. Sorry, Mega Diancie, didn't mean to bump you there. And you can see why I wanted this to be just an unboxing video. So, Milcery slipped in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are all the energy cards that we are supposed to have. Let's take a look at our Milcery. And I'm not really going to go into the attacks on these guys yet. I'll cover that more in the next video, but I just wanted to take a look at the artwork real quick. A little happy Milcery there, joining you for dinner. Kind of an old school looking Ultra Ball design. And then our Alcremie, which is a beautiful and delicious looking Pokemon. Boss's Orders. I wasn't really into Pokemon at the time of this bad guy, so I don't really know a lot about him. Night Stretcher. I'll be excited to see how that differs from a regular Stretcher. Spoink, the tragic Pokemon that must keep bouncing lest it die. Lily's Determination. So it was Sun and Moon when I started getting back into the video games. And so whenever I see Lily, it just kind of takes me back to that. A Nest Ball. Or a Wondrous Patch. That's neat. It almost looks like it's melting. Wally's Compassion. Some nice hair. Going with the forest scenery. Grumpig, our evolved Spoink, no longer the tragic Pokemon that has to keep bouncing. I'm sure there's something depressing about it, though. There usually is with Pokemon. Another Wondrous Patch, our Mystery Garden. It looks interesting, almost like a little Twilight Garden. Another Lily's Determination. Mimikyu. Oh, Mimikyu. You are cute. And I never want to see what's underneath you. Switch. Super useful trainer card. Milcery. Arven. It's not that I didn't like him in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know, I couldn't really get behind him a whole lot. Professor's Research, another very useful trainer card. Spoink. Our Puffins, those look nice. I like how the red and green is flipped on them. Wondrous Patch, our Air Balloon. Oh, okay, yeah, that could come in handy. Ayano, with the little Magnemites on her head. And a non-promo Meloetta. Lily's Determination, Grumpig, Switch, Zycane. That looks nice. He looks ready to go, doesn't he? Okay. As much as I prefer Zamazenta, that's a really nice looking card. Ultra Ball, Alcremie, Night Stretcher, Air Balloon, Boss's Orders. Oh, I'm going to mispronounce you again, aren't I? Cresselia. I'm going to go with Cresselia. That is another nice piece of art right there. Just flying through the night. Very cool looking. Lily's Determination, Arven, Mimikyu, Nest Ball, Mystery Garden, Puffin, and Wonder Patch. So here we see our whole deck. And I have to say it looks quite promising. I guess that is a feature of the Mega decks, is that they are meant to be that more fast-paced. So like I said, it used to be with these old theme decks that they really didn't prep you for a tournament battle. But with these Mega decks, I'll have to see how it runs, but maybe they're a little closer to what you could expect from a tournament. I mean, just by the inclusion of an EX Pokemon, that's already raising the stakes from what you used to have. But anyway, I've enjoyed unboxing this with you. I am excited to see how it plays, and I'll get back to you with how I think it should run in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great night or day or whatever it is that you're having, and God bless you.